What is up, you guys? We are here for our weekly romance oracle message. I hope you're doing well. I am. I've had a day off. I have been rearranging my creative studio upstairs, and I've made a space for the desk, which is a really cool like metal with like white powdered paint. And a matching chair that my mom's getting rid of is like pretty valuable. So I was so excited I was able to take it. I almost didn't. I explained this in the parable of my life last night about having a vessel to receive. And sometimes life gives us these layered representations of core cosmic truths that are playing out in mundane ways, but they're like symbolic. Like if you looked at life like you do a dream and you started interpreting the things that are happening. So we've been working on a spiritual level recently, shedding the things that are no longer in alignment or no longer serving us for our highest good, so that we have a new capacity to receive the next level of the energy coming in and grow into the next level of our soul. So it's so funny that recently I've been, moving some things around in the house, getting rid of some old things. And then it's just like all these new huge manifestations are coming through in like the realm of the house. Like I got this like cabinet over there that I've been wanting to have something like in that realm, in that area. I got a little hallway table for upstairs, like that gave me a cool place for a piece of art that I needed something for. And so I'm excited. So it's like, but at the same time, what are we taking out of our lives that is getting in the way of our progress, right? For instance, maybe, a lot of people that I've been talking to, including myself, have been like on a kick of being really motivated to train ourselves to get up earlier, so we have more uninterrupted creative time at the beginning of the day, and shifting our, schedules so that we are maxing our daylight hours and our creativity and all of those things. So that requires more discipline at night, right, to go to bed. So it's like if you have these bad habits that happen late at night, it's like you might have to like be shedding those bad habits to be able to get up early, but that might lead you to the next level of your success and achievement. I feel like this past couple of weeks during the challenging 3 weeks of the year, I've been pushing myself to just make an effort even to live the ideal day as I see it, that gives me a day that's like represents my best self, where I get to exercise and create and appreciate the outdoors and pray and meditate and do spiritual study and move through my day with intention and awareness, but also being able to create as much as I want to and enjoy and feel the freedom as well. And so I've been doing that, or at least I've been practicing it and getting better at it. And I feel that because of that, I've had all of these like home manifestations coming through and like good shifts at work that are maybe unusual for July. So I see the sparks of light starting to pop, and it's only the beginning. These are just the early indications of good things to come. So I'm excited, and I hope that you guys are seeing good things happening as well. Ooh, okay, so this could be the one. The new moon of the month of Leo actually sets us up for an opening to meet our soulmate. And we had that new moon, I guess, last week, because I was noticing that the moon tonight looks like it's exactly half. So we had our new moon in Leo, and basically what that is the merging of the sun sign of Leo and the moon, which is the feminine. They come into like this divine union. So Kabbalistically speaking, it's a good time to meet soulmates, right? So you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. It's possible you might know this person. You might be connected through friends, or maybe through 1 or 2 degrees on social media or something. Or maybe you know who this person is. They could be someone that you've known in a past life, and so your soul already knows them, and so they're anticipating their arrival, but like in this material incarnation, maybe we haven't met them yet in this particular life. So I'm excited for this possibility. At the very least, we could say that if we want to be proactive about this and not passive, we could say, okay, let's make a list of all the people that we have had relationships with in our life so far. And what were the qualities about those people that I loved the most, that I felt was the most nurturing, that I felt brought out the best in me, and they were, you know, the ideal sort of partner. What did they contribute to the relationship that made it special or different or set apart from the others, right? As well as maybe putting a column on the other side that's listing out the things about them that maybe you would like to avoid next time around. What were the qualities about them that were sort of deal breakers, or just like a clash in values or compatibility that was hard to accept at the time, but you would probably avoid that again. And so these are good things to have in our awareness as we're meeting new people, because if they start showing those deal breakers early on, we want to take that in and really take it into consideration before we get emotionally attached. This is why it's a really good idea to go slow in the beginning, so that you can really see a person in their multifaceted aspects before you start getting really emotionally intertwined and attached. It's hard to do that, right? Because we dive in, we think that, oh, it's been a few weeks, like I've been around this person a bunch of times, but like you can really be your best self for a minute and really keep it together for a second before your true colors start coming through. So I think that people need, I think we need a few months with people to really see how they are in different scenarios and over a period of time, where you can see what their tendencies and patterns are. And like I said, see them in different lights. It's been something that I've had to learn the hard way about finding out things about a person not way later, but like after the fact, where you kind of like have that rush in the first part of a relationship, and then you commit early on and you think, oh, well, I didn't ruin it by rushing in because we committed. But perhaps that person is looking for someone who provides them stability, but they have these really big red flags. So of course they're going to put on, the best self that they can, hoping to work towards commitment. Meanwhile, you're thinking like, oh, this is a great person. They're showing all the good signs. They want commitment. And so you're rushing in because you're like, oh, it's going in the right direction. I'm not ruining my chances at commitment. But the thing is, you don't know yet if this person is someone that you want to have a commitment with. That is the thing. That's where we get confused. We're like, oh, they're pushing towards commitment. Like, it's okay to rush it, but it's not, because you could be getting a person who's love bombing you into commitment because they're dysfunctional and they need a support system, whether that be emotional, or they just want like a parent figure around instead of like an actual lover that they take care of as well. So, all right, where is this going next? Wow. Oh my gosh, y'all. This was already flipped over. It just presented itself as I was shuffling. Soulmate. So even though we just kind of already talked about soulmates, but this could be the one, let's just reinforce that A soulmate isn't necessarily one specific person. In Kabbalah teaches that there's different levels of relationship. There's like 4 levels of romantic relationship. There's first mates, which are like very light, casual dating, just for fun, no intention of like a relationship or worrying about the other person's needs. It's just like a totally surface level kind of frivolous thing. Then you have practice mates. That's a little bit more into a relationship. You're not really going deep into your issues, but you're learning the basics about interrelational like communication, sharing, thinking about someone else's needs, not just yours. And you're having commitment, but maybe you're not like thinking about like the future in a serious way. Or maybe you kind of are, but you're not like have you ever gone out with someone that's like, it's kind of going well, but you don't have like a deep connection or a deep relationship, and you're not like, I don't know, you just don't connect on that deep level, but you can't put your finger on anything that's necessarily wrong. That's kind of like a practice mate. You're just kind of learning the mechanics of relationship. Then there are tikkun mates. And I would say in like the general terminology, you might recognize the term karmic partners. And so with tikkun mates, they help you do your soul correction. But this is not going to be like in a pleasant way where they're like, oh, I'm so supportive of you. I really see you, so I can heal my soul now. It's like they antagonize your insecurities and your weaknesses more than likely in some way. Or they bring out those parts in you that need to be highlighted and worked on. So tikkun mates might bring out your father issues or your mommy issues. It might bring out how well you do in relationships as far as like sharing and communication. Like it's going to bring up soul stuff and like familial like curses, like the root work of like, oh, well, my parents had this kind of relationship and then their parents had this kind of relationship. And so it's just passed down in my family to like bury our anger and not express our feeling, like all of those things. Those come out in the tikkun relationship where you really work out your issues. And the point of those is to do the healing, do the work, address your shadowy nature, and as it's provoked, like really work on it. It's being provoked to show you. So it's the point is that you're evolving through that relationship, not just destruction, right? Okay. And then, so after tikkun mates, there's the soulmate relationship. And that's the level of a relationship when you meet someone who stands shoulder to shoulder with you. You're equally yoked. You've done, equal like healing and self-realization, and you're both whole on your own, but like coming together, you become more for it. Like you're more together than you are separate. And then in that you kind of excel and you like find momentum together, you support one another, you build, you grow on a parallel trajectory. You probably have like similar beliefs, and because your love is so strong and it's so healthy that it spills out into the world around you, it has a positive effect on your inner circle and your community, and maybe even you have like a shared purpose that you do together. Maybe not, but that soulmate level relationship is one where you can both give and you both receive and you both nurture, but you're not needy, you're not desperate, you're not taking. You are okay by yourself. You can take care of yourself on your own, but you're better like and more like you become more with someone. Okay. What do we have? Oh, honeymoon. Oh my goodness. Ooh la la, you guys. I mean, this is good news here. I love it. You can't ask for better cards, honestly. This could be the one, soulmate, honeymoon. So maybe like meeting someone soon. Honeymoon feels new, right? It feels new. It feels exciting. Maybe you've recently met someone who you're like starting off with and you're like wondering like how it's gonna go, right? A lot of good potential here. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Summer is full of like the feelings of holiday time. It's like vacation season. There's like different sorts of like, at least in the US, there's a couple of like holidays where we get to take off. So this could also have to do with literal holidays coming up, meeting someone around a holiday. But this, to me, is encouraging. Like, for instance, like, do you have anything that's like city events coming up, festivals? Like, there's a tomato festival here coming up in the next weekend. And that's always like a big, local tradition, right? So you better bet I've asked off for work for it already and I'll be there. So who knows? Maybe my soulmate will be there too. We'll see. We will see. But either way, I think maybe like sweet times are on the horizon. I love it. Ooh, drum roll. What is our fourth card? What do we have here? Ooh, codependency. Okay, so that might be the crown jewel in the issues that we need to shake out and shake loose. So this will be the thing that you need to watch out for and the thing that you can bring into perfection as you're moving into this next phase. When we are single for a while, we can deal with codependency in that we find that we can self-satisfy and we can have fun on our own and we can find ways to nurture ourselves and tend to our interests and explore, life as an individual. We can find ourselves, we can self-realize, we can learn how to take care of ourselves, and we can learn how to have a good relationship with our money and learn how to take care of our household and take care of our body and our best interests without someone telling us what to do. And then we can calibrate to our soul. Okay, where's the soul calling me to express myself without having to worry about someone else's energy or someone else's plans as well, right? So it's a unique time where you get to do healing on your own as a single person. However, you come to a point where you have to have someone else with you to get to the next level of healing codependency. At some point, you have to get back in the game and bring someone into your life and do it slowly and gradually and pace yourself and really let them earn you and earn your trust and your interest, and do that gradually integrate them into your life. We can't fully learn how to overcome codependency without testing it out in the field, right? So this is like learning on the job. The next time around, we have to remember all the healing we've done and all the things that we've learned and how to take it slow and pace ourselves out. And if we can do those things, this is what's helping us to avoid falling into those codependent pitfalls and patterns and snares and stumbling blocks that we did in the past. Part of the rushing in, right? Like I was just saying, the past relationships that I've been in, it was like I met someone and we really hit it off, and then it was like those relationships that were like 3, 4, 5-year relationships, it was like they all happened really quickly. But then after a couple of years, I could see how, had I just dated these people casually for a while longer, like several months or even a year, I would have maybe seen like who they were and felt like the relationship reached its fulfillment rather than going another 3 and 4 and 5 years, right? So that's why it's like you get to where you want to go ultimately a lot faster if you just go slower in the beginning. I had codependency issues that were unaware to me at the time, right? Where we all have, like, we're all on a spectrum of codependency. Sorry, I had to pull this up because it looks like I'm just sitting here like naked. So we're all on a spectrum of codependency and learned enmeshment and enmeshed behaviors, right? And so it's when we become self-realized, that's, we can't know everything and be self-realized until we become self-realized, right? So it's a process. So once we do become more aware, that's when the work starts, and we become, we start to go through the healing, and we do phases on our own, and then we're ready to go back out into the wild and try out what we've learned. So this could be what we're getting into soon. So someone's coming soon. This could be a soulmate. We've done a lot of work. It's going to be really nice and fun, and it'd be tempting to want to run in and dive in deep quickly, but we've learned codependency is a thing, and so we want to go slow, take it easy, really learn if someone's truly shares core compatibility, and if they have matching interests and intentions as we do. All right, so let's get a little bit more insight on this could be the one. Like, this guy is just looking me right in the face. Ooh, detach. So, like, just not being so attached to, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? Like, when you meet someone and you hit it off, instead of being obsessed about and ruminating on if this is the one and trying to pull cards to find out if this is the one, it's like, just don't worry about that at all. Are you having a good time? Do you like being around this person? Are they showing interest? Are they making an effort? Like, don't even start thinking about, are they the one yet? Because if they are the one, then they will be. And if they're not the one and we obsess over ruminating about whether or not they are, then we become more emotionally invested than we would have been had we not been ruminating with that mindset. With that obsessive question, are they the one? It's like your subconscious starts to put so much investment and value on someone because you've just been fixated on the idea. So letting go of the answers and the need to know, and just let yourself be free to get to know someone, see how you feel. Are you having fun? How are they treating you? If you are really honest with yourself as you're getting to know someone, you never need to pull cards, because your insides have already given you the red flags or the green flags. And if you have the green flags, you probably don't need to pull any cards about it. And if you need to pull cards, you probably already got the red flags that you just want to give yourself reassurance that it was just your imagination. So then you're going to have an oracle abuse, right? Okay, so soulmate, what do we have here? Clarity of belief, Ace of Swords. I love it. So Ace of Swords is about new clarity, mental renewal, and fresh starts, new beginnings. Sometimes it's a beginning that comes with a little bit of a jolt or a little bit of turbulence, but it sorts itself out even if you get off onto a rocky start. So being really clear about your beliefs about love, your beliefs about good partners that are still available out there that are coming. And it doesn't even matter how many people are available, how many choices, because the person who's specifically right for you at this moment is got your tractor beam. They're caught your tractor beam. They're honing it in. So they're on the way, right? The person that's already yours is already yours. And it's just about letting the universe make the connection now. And so all we need to do is make sure that our frequency and vibration are loud and magnetic and strong. And part of that is being really clear about who we are and what we're about and what we want, what we don't want. And then the universe has a super clear signal to connect us with. All right, let's get a little bit more insight into honeymoon. What do we have here? Ooh, let's see. 7, Chariot. Love it. Things are moving. So again, the Chariot is about recognition and things going into the next level and moving with speed. But they're moving with speed because of self-control and balance and self-mastery. The charioteer has to stay strong and focused and like keep eyes on the road and hands on the reins, because otherwise the two horses will go out of control. So we have to control our instincts. We have to control our animal drives and desires, right? So we can't, first of all, one horse is going to be pulling us this way, and that's going to be the horse of our anxious attachment, enmeshment, codependency, anxiety, jealousy, any of those little insecurities that cause you to do those like self-sabotaging behaviors. You got to keep a rein on that horse. All right, get a chain on that dog, leash on that dog. So the other horse that you have to control is your lust and your want for love. That's going to make you want to rush into physical intimacy, and it's going to make you want to rush into commitment. And that's what you also have to slow down, because when you rush into physical intimacy, even if the person doesn't put you into the category of fun or an itch that's been scratched, you're still rushing through some of the most fun and like good times that you can't go back to. Once you rush past it, it's like you rush through all the beginning stuff. And like if you take the early stuff, like the teenage stuff, the makeout stuff, and you let that last for a while, it builds this like tension and excitement, and it's really great, and it's something you can't really go back to once you've gone past that. And once you've gone past that, and then you're like, spending every night together and, this and that, then you're speeding into the phase of becoming an old married couple, right? So in order to maintain the honeymoon phase for a really long time, the best thing you can do is take it slow. Take it slow, build a real bond, and things will go faster because of it. And if you take it slow, then you are giving yourself a space and grace to not let your anxiety and your negative patterning get the better of you, because you're not in any rush. You have nothing, like you're not fixated on, is this the one? Where is this going? Like if you're relaxed and just taking it easy and being in the moment with an eye on, okay, is this person invested in me? Are they taking this somewhere? How are they talking about things? Are they like, do they have an eye on the future? Like you've got an awareness and a realistic awareness of what you've got going on without projecting anything or magnifying anything beyond what it is, because you want it to be something, right? You're just being really grounded, sober, and realistic, whilst being fully in, enjoying every, minute. And it's like, you can really enjoy it to the fullest because you've let go of the stress and the pressure, whilst at the same time, you're still setting your standards. You're still holding those standards. You're setting boundaries. It's like you're building on a good, solid foundation. All right, so that's honeymoon. Now, what do we need to know about codependency? Let's see. Helpless and hopeless. So this is 8 of Swords. This is the lower octave of the Devil card. The 8 of Swords is like when we feel like trapped and we feel backed into a corner, and it's like we have this illusion of all these fears that are ganging up on us, and we feel stuck and we feel like we don't have another choice and we don't know what to do, and we're overwhelmed. And then we go into codependent patterns, right? So watch out for those triggers. And when you start to feel that fear and that lack and that doubt and that sense of panic or that sense of anxious attachment, check yourself before you wreck yourself. tie yourself up, lock yourself in a closet, leave your phone in the hall until you have reconnected with Source and you have remembered that, like, that connection, that relationship with Source is the thing that really gives you the ultimate fulfillment. And when that is strong, the relationships that are supposed to be in your life remain strong, and the ones that aren't supposed to be in your life will reveal themselves and pass on. And you can trust that it's all going to work out and play out for your highest good. You can trust, and then you can relax, and then you're not self-sabotaging with the crazy behavior, right? No patterns, no shadow self, no called you 75 times and you didn't call me back. Like, well, you know, like, oh, the horror stories out there, right? Yeah. So we're not doing any of that. And we're not feeling helpless and hopeless. And we're not feeling like we're in the desolate wastelands either, right? It might seem like that. It might seem like we're looking at a horizon with nobody on it. But we have reassurance that we do have someone out there for us, and that they will be presenting themselves at sooner or later at one point or another. And it might be coming up soon. So keep on the lookout. Keep doing the work on the self, and keep becoming that partner that you hope to draw in for yourself. And then keep making your home into an environment that would be inviting for a partner to want to share with you. All right, y'all, that is all for tonight. I hope we all find love this week. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a beautiful evening and some day and all the things. And then tomorrow night, we'll be back together for our weekend reflection message for a weekly Shabbat video. All right, peace. Ciao.